Okay, so we have directories here for section 1.1, user input. So the questions are, or the objectives are to create a console program in your language of choice for the rest of these tasks. Choose with your mentor. In this case we're using C# and the .NET code IDE compiler and environment, just because it's easy and it's small. And the program will display a prompt to enter details for a person, 3 types of data, string, int, float, etc. Print the results to the console. And the point of this, of course, is just to test your IDE, your environment, your setup, and make sure you can run something. So, a little bit of code in C#, the kind of output you'd expect to see on the screen. So let's have a quick look-see. So I've written some sample code, so we'll jump straight into that. So on the right-hand side, you can see our command console prompt. So in this case, we're going to run the IDE, Visual Studio Code. I don't know why it opened 2 of them. Never mind, close that. Okay, so this is our little program. So one of the things we notice in here is, depending on who you are and where you're trained and things, your variable naming structure might be slightly different. Use whatever the cross-Muller standard is on the particular project that you're working on, obviously. In this case, our 3 things were a string, person name, int, person age, and a float for the bank balance, something just trivial like that. So, and of course, you would want to do something that involves, for example, putting comments and things in your code. I mean, all of those things, these are things that you should be doing anyway, and it's always good practice to make sure you comment on your code. In this case, I might like to write a blank line above the results so that we don't have our results straight underneath our existing input. Well, in fact, let's do something like this. So we've just got a little demarcation line there. Okay, so if we use the .NET code environment, the Visual Studio Code environment, we can actually run that from the command console. So in this case, we might want to do .NET run. So we'll compile that and run it. All right, enter person details, name, age, and let's say bank balance 123.45. So Simon's not very good at saving money. All right, and then you entered name, age, bank balance, and so on. So this fulfills the criteria for the first task in this section. So there are a few things wrong with this code. For example, there's no comments, things like that. So you're expected to do a professional job of these tasks, despite the fact that they're relatively trivial. It's not so much about doing the task in the fastest way possible. This is about form and technique and building skills. So take some time to understand what you're doing. Make the product of your small sections good quality. Anyway, that'll do for the first introduction.